Welcome to the show. I'm Josh and this is Matt and James. When we're all firm understanders of the higher political society. Woo!
I'm firm.
Wow. And as a product of public education, we are the final destination of your tax dollars.
And we hereby sponsor Mountain Dew.
Hereby! Thank you for giving us a bunch of money to go to school and for James to fail.
And date Asian jokes.
Yeah, not good. Straight into news, people. You gotta hit this stuff. President Obama, played by Matt Bartfi for the second episode in a row, has recently fired the head of General Motors, the extremely popular Detroit-produced company. The firing of any corporation leader, especially GM, being how big it is completely wrong. It's not even in his hands. It is in the hands of the board of directors, however.
It's in the hands of God.
It is. If else, it's fascism. Thus the name Fascist America. Thank you, Barack Obama, for driving us into fascism.
I see something here in the script. It says, it seems that Obama nearly has checked list of Hitler's accomplishments and continues to follow. First, he decided to nationalize two major
don't read the whole
corporations and see that the money was controlled. And second, he needed someone to blame. How rich? How about the rich?
How rich?
You know what? I can't read the script, okay? I told you guys. I was retarded.
He's honest, though. I do nearly believe that Obama has a checklist of Hitler's accomplishments, beginning with having the money controlled. Nationalizing the banks, Bank of America and Citigroup, is a move only a fascist would take, because you need the money to be controlled. Where you work,
how does this
etc.
work?
Yeah.
NAZI stood for Nationalist Socialist. Socialist does not start with a Z.
Right, but it's in German. Okay. National Socialism in German is Nazi.
I didn't know that.
That's why it's Nazi.
Nazi.
Anyway,
In French.
and second, he needed somebody to blame. Blaming the rich people brought down their status. If we have someone to hate, we have an enemy, and therefore we have a cause. That's why he needs someone to blame. Third was the firing of the privately owned corporation GM, controlling the production of vehicles, another fascist move. If you control good production, you control America. It's just not good. Does this sound anything like Hitler to you? Yes, actually, it sounds exactly like Hitler.
But Hitler killed all the Jews. Almost.
That was the somebody to blame part, except he's not killing them yet.
He's not killing them
In
yet.
fact, Nazi stood for the National Socialist Party, but that's in German. That doesn't matter so much since we've gotten to fascism, though. That's just horrible. I mean, what do you think about that, John?
Well, like the whole Nazi thing and like how Obama is taking on the Nazism, it's like people are taking it way too far. He still has not yet to like confirm that he's completely going into socialism and fascism and everything like that.
Yes,
so
he does.
People are judging him too quickly. He literally like just started. He's only been in here for like not even half of a year yet.
And he's already spent $1 billion every 10 hours.
He's trying to walk the walk and do the talk. He's trying to actually take his words and put them into action.
Well, if
but he's
that
doing
was
it,
happening,
but
he
he's
wouldn't-
doing it in the wrong way, and he's being stupid about it.
Extremely.
That's why people are looking that he is fascist.
Thank you for your input, John.
My name is not John.
That's not why people think he's fascist. Why people think he's fascist is because he loves controlling parts of America, and by controlling the money and the cars and everything else, he's just going to control the people.
He's just trying to help out, but he's being stupid about it.
Actually, the definition of fascism is a government characterized by extreme dictatorship, and that's controlling everything you possibly can. What's next? Houses, radio stations, nobody knows. That is a big problem, though. It started being socialist when he decided he wanted to nationalize the banks. But once he moved to firing private corporation owners, that just brought it out. I mean, you just can't do that.
See, well, I'm in this class called CUT at school, and I'm doing a project on government and public administration.
Okay, so like recent topics?
It's recent and modern. Basically, there's a decline in the employment of like government officials and things like that because of the small businesses in the world, like the corporations.
Yeah.
Because like the small corporations are now starting to put their like trying to express their ideas into the government.
Sure.
And are trying to like put their voices out there to help themselves. And the whole bailout thing, where like companies and corporations are lining up for bailouts, isn't that helping either?
Okay, well, on the bailout topic, there has been way too many bailouts. Handing people money who show up in jets does not sound so smart.
That's why you're saying they've spent over $1 billion so far under Obama so far. That's why we've spent so much, because we're giving so many bailouts. If we stop giving so many bailouts, maybe it would help out, and maybe it would stop like decreasing recession, because we're giving the bailouts to people that don't need them.
Yeah, and you know
Why
what
don't they take their own finances, the people that own these corporations, take their own finances?
They're not making enough.
Well, that's their fault.
Making enough.
They're making enough.
There are people in the business corporation that are high up, like CEOs and higher up people that can take their own money, not the company's money, take their own money and invest it into their corporation to help themselves. But since the government is not helping them, I mean, since they're not helping themselves, the government has to do that for them, for bailing them out. And that's the problem. Too many people are not trying to help themselves. They're just trying to get the money out of it. Because they have enough money for themselves. They want their business to grow bigger so they get more money. They're not worrying about the people who actually have jobs and are going to get fired because they're trying to get out of bankruptcy or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So basically by helping them, by helping themselves, it helps everybody else. Because the less bailouts that we have for people, like the less that we have for other corporations that don't need it, like the less that we have of bailouts, it's going to help. It's going to help the businesses that actually need bailouts.
Yeah.
But other businesses don't need them at all.
Well, you want to know a scary fact about this stuff is actually, okay, so we have $9 trillion in debt, right?
Yeah.
And that's way up there. But it's probably about 9.5, maybe up to 10. The problem with that number is, there's actually $12 trillion that are being introduced into that new fund because we've spent so much on these bailouts. We've given people so much money, literal cash and checks, that we actually do not, we're just going into so much debt. $12 trillion more, plus the $21 trillion that America owes in total. That's bad.
We've spent $6 trillion more. Worse than
Yeah, and
but
what's even worse though
Obama is planning to pull out of Iraq and go into Afghanistan.
That's a good thing. Iraq isn't the problem anymore. Afghanistan is the problem now. It's just the money.
Been the problem
we just don't have the money.
Exactly.
We're spending too much.
And with spending more money, we're just asking more from China. And then we're just going to have to keep going over there and asking them to buy our bonds, because if they stop, America goes down like a rock off a roof. It's done. So there's several problems right now. But that's just what needs to happen as far as I'm concerned. So I think we need to stop giving bailouts. I think we need to stop giving money to anybody who holds their hands out. And I think we just need to work on the major problems like the war and focus on other problems that need to get finished up.
So if anybody owns a business here and just trying to get help from the government, and you have money of your own, like you're wealthy enough to like help yourself, then try to help yourself before you ask for a bailout. Because